Hello, this is Pastor French bidding you welcome to another segment of Daily Bread. I want to open this segment with a portion of Scripture found in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 3, verses 24 and 25. And if a kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom is not able to stand. And if a house is divided against itself, that house will not be able to stand. Notice, Jesus speaks of two entities here, kingdoms and houses. Whether a kingdom or a house, if it is divided, it cannot stand. I've been asked if this means we have to agree on everything in order to keep from falling apart. My answer is no, but we do have to agree on the fundamental principles upon which the kingdom or house is built. What I see happening in America today is an attack on the fundamental principles it was founded on. Whether the founders of our nation were Christians or not, and I doubt all of them were, they at least used biblical principles to write the documents that formed the ideals upon which our nation was built. There are only two forces at work in the world: Jehovah, who created it all by the word of his mouth and is a creator by his nature, and the adversary called Satan, the devil, and so forth, who by his nature is a murderer and destroyer. The Apostle Paul says something very interesting about this in his letter to the Romans, chapter 6, verse 16. Do you not know that if you present yourselves to anyone as obedient slaves, you are slaves of the one whom you obey, either of sin, which leads to death, or of obedience, which leads to righteousness? I believe you can tell who someone is serving by how they conduct their lives and by what comes out of their mouths. For example, I hear certain politicians talk about how they want to get along with everyone, but then turn around and spew violence and hatred toward everyone they disagree with. Not only politicians, but the man on the street, neighbors, and so forth. Who are these people serving? Jesus told us what defiles men. It is recorded in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 15, verse 11. It is not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of the mouth. This defiles a person. He continues with an explanation of this in verses 19 through 20. And he said, are you still without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into the mouth passes into the stomach and is expelled? But what comes out of the mouth proceeds from the heart, and this defiles a person. For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander. These are what defile a person. But to eat with unwashed hands does not defile anyone. The religious world is just as bad, paying more attention to what people are wearing or eating or where they are going than on what really matters. Many of the world's major religious denominations have gone away from the teachings of Scripture, trying to appease and appeal to the popular culture of today, thinking it will keep them viable in today's world. The truth is, their numbers are shrinking because they have allowed the adversary to divide the house. If we continue on this course as a nation, it will also crumble and fall. If we continue to reject the fundamental teachings and principles that the house was built on, then the house will fall into disrepair, crumble, and finally fall. Finally, I hear all the time how much more intelligent and enlightened we are today in comparison to the generations who have gone before us. But I have to ask, why do we keep repeating the same stupid mistakes that lead to turmoil and destruction? Our worst mistake is men keep doing what Adam did that began the road to destruction in the first place. We keep rejecting Jehovah and his offer of life. If we would just learn how to be obedient children, how different the world would be. Thanks for watching. And until next time, remember, give love, give life, give Jesus.